This is our lower body foam rolling demonstration. I'm using a larger foam roller here, and I'm going to start this demonstration using my glutes. It's always a good idea to start with the larger muscle tissues so that the downstream desensitization, but also the tension decreases into the smaller fibers later on. There's a few things that connect together, like glutes and TFL, that go into the IT band. And if you suddenly just hit one of those tissues without priming it with the larger tissues, it can create more pain and discomfort. So start this with the glutes. I'm going to be here, and I'm following the anatomy of the tissue. I want to go along the muscle fibers. So I've got a diagonal foam roller here because the tissues in the glutes start at your butt crack, higher end of the hip, and work diagonally around the butt into the IT band down my leg. So I'm starting with that same diagonal path, rolling the tissue fibers. Now, if I find any areas of sensitivity, points of pressure or trigger points, they call them, I'm just going to sit there until that kind of radiates out and decreases. I can also hold that position and give some muscle contraction, creating a further stretch if I don't find that it's releasing at all. But I'm going to continue moving through that portion. From there, I'm actually going to turn my torso and start hitting glute med on the side of my hip. So I'm almost doing a side plank here. I'm using my legs to support my weight and actually control with my elbow my position. I'm going to continue turning from there, from glute med into TFL on the front side. So now I'm in a plank position, and I'm hitting that small teardrop-like muscle on the front of my hip. From there, I'm going to continue going down the thigh onto the quad, and I'm rolling that tissue. I want to work really from the inside on the adductors through the length of that quad. Before I come back, I find a point of tension there, just sit. I can stretch it, take some breathing. If there's some pressure there, create some motion while that muscle is pinned against the foam pad, and then continue moving. And now I'm going towards IT band, working the lateral portion of my thigh. Before I finish, bringing ourselves back to the hamstrings. The IT band is typically the most painful spot on the lateral side. And again, if you find that you've got spots there that are just hurting you, breathe through it, take your time, pause on those points of tension until it releases. Definitely don't want to forget our calves. Sometimes the calves can be done together if they're painful. That reduces the pressure. But if you need more, go ahead and cross your leg and add the weight of the other leg to give you a little more tension. I start this with the gastroc. We're just hitting that big calf muscle there before I go down to the soleus at the lower portion, and then the outside, working all the angles. And remember, you definitely want to hit both sides. But that's a quick tutorial on foam rolling the lower body. Give it a try.